The bed or the middle of the floor, bye-bye. My love is guaranteed to make it go crazy. I don't see nothing wrong. Lord, you all night long. Tell me what you want. I know what this is, babe. All night. Let that old man know. That old nigga. That old nigga soliloquy. All night. In the bedroom, nigga. In the bed, no homo. No hemming. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that may tap in to watch this knife. You dig? But yeah, this is like this, man. Life is about progression. You dig? Life is about progression. And if you are not progressing and you are stagnant, life is about progression. If you're not progressing, you're stagnant, man. What made me, what's up? What made me want to talk about this morning? What made me want to talk about this? Because this has been on my mind, man. This has been on my mind. You know, as you guys can see, I drive a truck for a living. But I am not, but truck driving is what I do. Truck driving is what I do. But I separate what I do from who I am. Because a lot of people, they think what they do is who they are. Maybe in some situations that may be true. And no, there's not no rich truck drivers. You don't get rich being a truck driver. You don't get rich being an employee. I don't care what somebody try to tell you. You get rich by being an owner. That's the only path to wealth. Not by trading your time for money. That's never, because we only got 24 hours in a day. Everybody get the same 24 hours. So you're not going to get rich that way. And there is no evidence that supports people that work a regular job ever get rich. The only people that get rich in this United States of America are the owners, investors, creators. That's it. That's the historical evidence. And it's a lot of evidence that support that evidence. The richest man in the world, they say, is Elon Musk. He's an owner. He's a businessman. He's an investor. He's not a 9-to-5 clock in, clock out employee. And all the list of billionaires and millionaires, the Forbes list, there is no person on that list that is probably an employee, 9-to-5 employee. Okay? But that's not what this video is about. So I was at this training this morning, and I'm forced to do this training because I'm an employee. I'm a wage slave. And at this training, they're training us on something that we already know. We already know how to do this stuff, right? We already know how to back a trailer into a slot. We know how to do the straight back. We know how to do the 90-degree back. We know how to do this shit. All the people that they made do this training know how to do this shit. But why were we forced to do this shit? Well, one, because we are wage slaves. But two, because a few individuals may have hit something, may have did some close quarter parking and hit a trailer or whatever. So because the few individuals did this, we had to all do this damn training this morning. But when I was speaking with the trainer, what he told me was, he like, oh, so do you know the reason why we have to do this? Now this guy, the guy that was training us, he's been driving truck he's been with the same company for almost 30 years. And he's still a truck driver. That's it. He's just a truck driver. He's not nothing else but a truck driver. No matter if you try to say, well, I'm a truck driver and I have safety training on my also title. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're still a truck driver. So, my bad. Oh, y'all still with me? Hey, y'all can see what I'm doing, right? But at the end of the day, he's still a truck driver. And so what he told me was the reason why we had to do this training is because some old guys getting off the truck, they slipped and fell down and bust their head. That's what he said. He said one guy in his 60s, and the trainer was in his 60s. He said one guy in his 60s, he was getting off the truck and he was trying to grab the two handles, and he slipped, he missed the grab, and he fell down right flat on his head. I think it's like 6 feet high, maybe 5 to 6 feet high, and fell right on the back of his goddamn head. And he said that the guy now is having memory problems, but he's still driving a truck. And I said, he didn't get, the first thing I thought was like, he didn't get workman comp? Like, why is he still driving? And he said the guy had memory problems now. He said he talked to the guy and he asked him a question. He didn't remember what happened last week. But this company is still allowing this guy to drive. He said another guy in his 70s, another truck driver in his 70s, he fell too, but this guy broke his ribs and broke his arm when he fell. And I said, 70 years old and he's still driving trucks? Like, why? Why is he 70 years old? I mean, you have more time behind you than you have in front of you. You don't know how much longer you got. You probably got another few years to go, and you want to spend the rest of the end years of your life stuck in traffic, dealing with crazy people that's driving on the road, dealing with these punk ass shippers that don't let you use the restroom. So this old guy probably got to piss on himself. You know, that's the crazy thing. We are the reason why they are moving product. We are the reason why they make money. Without us, nothing moves. And to show us how little respect they have for us, they don't allow us to use their restroom. You go to some places and they tell you it's 110 degrees here in Southern California. Go out there to that shit and piss filled porta potty. That's your restroom. And you sit in a fucking sauna a steam room or sauna of hot piss and shit while you trying to take a shit and piss. Like, that's the respect they have. And so this guy in his 70s is still dealing with that. And that's the way he want to go out in his life. No, that's not the case. He got to do that shit. Yeah, it's insane. He got to do that shit because he didn't make no progress in life. He didn't make no progress in life because no matter how many years you put in, at the end of the day, you still gonna be a driver. I don't care how many years you put in, because you didn't think about possibly transitioning from being a driver to probably being in that office. You thought that to be a driver is going to get you somewhere else. And at the end of the day, 20, 30 years from now, you still are the same. You ain't progressed. Life is about progression, man. Life is about progression. And to hear that, I mean, it's sad, man. I mean, to hear that this man in his 70s, in the last quarter of his life, he still got to drive a truck. He's supposed to be somewhere fishing, if that's what he want to do. He's supposed to be somewhere in one of these retirement communities in Florida, doing a whole bunch of activities and, you know, by the beach and, you know, kicking it with the older folks and doing all, you know, the stuff that they like to do, you know, at the bingo hall or something. He's supposed to be doing something like, you know, something else, but not driving a goddamn truck in your 70s, bro. Like, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? Or spending time with your grandchildren or great-grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just tells me that this guy ain't made no progress. He ain't made no progress in life. You know? Shout out to everybody, man, but life is about progress, man. And so as I'm talking to this trainer, right? This trainer, he in his 60s, and he like, yeah, I've been driving. I've been with this company for 27 years. And I'm looking like, bro, you still, in 27 years, you are still in the same position. Though they put a little safety title on top of your title as a truck driver, you are still a truck driver. You still got to go and pull freight if they tell you to pull freight. You got to go and drop off loads if they tell you to drop off loads. You can't say, oh, well, I'm a safety instructor. They're going to say, yeah, well, get your safety instructor ass on that truck and go and get that load. You know what I'm saying? Instead of him, like, okay, let's say he drove for like 5 or 6 years, and now he switched to an office position. And let's say he switched to like a trainer or a fleet manager or transportation manager, where he can have his own desk and his own office, and he can kind of like kick back, you know what I'm saying, like, and take care of administrative roles and train others. Like, no, he want to stay a truck driver. And this is what he told me. He also said, oh, well, I had those positions already, but the money, the pay, I was losing $10,000 if I switched to the office position as opposed to remaining a driver. And I said, yeah, that may be the case in the beginning. But if you work your way up, then naturally your pay is going to increase. But not only is your pay going to increase, you get better benefits. You get better roles. You get better options when you move up the ladder, the ranks. It's too late for you now, buddy. I mean, now you just waiting to reach the age 65 so you can maximize on your Social Security and get your little whatever 401k that they gave you, but it's too late for that now. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at that shit, and I was talking to this other brother, he's a driver, and I'm trying to tell him, because it was me, the trainer, and it was another brother, this brother in his 30s. And I'm like, look, man, I'm trying to tell him, ain't no future in this trucking, bro. Like 20, 30 years from now, if you stay in this, you still gonna be a truck driver. I'm trying to tell him, hey, you should consider other things, bro. You should consider trade school. Like it's not, you still young enough. You can go to, you can be a plumber. We always gonna need plumbers. You know what I'm saying? I was watching this podcast with this, I can't think of the guy. I think his name is Diary of a CEO. And he was interviewing the guy that's responsible for AI and Chat GPT and all this. And one thing that guy kept saying throughout the video, it was a 2-hour video, but he kept saying, he asked him a question, is there any industry or is there any position that's safe from AI? And the guy that created AI, he said, yeah, a plumber. He said, a plumber. He said, that's the only thing that's probably going to be safe from AI is to be a plumber. Because, the robots ain't going to be able to, doing plumbing is a very, unique type line of work. I've never done it, but I can imagine that the robots ain't going to be able to do those jobs. But he pretty much said every other thing is going to be automated. Truck driving, office jobs, everything is going to be automated. So I'm talking to this brother, and I said, man, you still young enough to go do a trade, bro. Go work for the government. Go work for the federal government. I'm gonna be honest with you. I told him he need to go work for ICE. Yeah, I said, look, man, ICE is right now, ICE, that's, y'all know ICE. ICE right now is offering a $50,000 sign-on bonus. A $50,000 sign-on bonus. And in addition to that, if you got any college debt, they wipe out $60,000 of your college debt. I said, they desperate for people right now. And his brother was like, oh, well, what about, oh, that's dangerous. I said, brother, life is dangerous. Driving these trucks is dangerous. Driving these trucks is, I think driving a truck is in the top most dangerous jobs, in the top list of the most dangerous jobs in America. So you worried about, oh, you know what I'm saying? What if somebody shoot me? Like the risk, it's probably about equal. But guess what? You getting paid, you getting better benefits, you getting access to $50,000 sign-on bonus, and you getting $60,000 for student loan debt forgiveness. In addition to that, the benefits, the pensions that you're gonna get when you put your time in. These federal employees, they get great pensions. And I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, man, it's too late for me because I'm in a situation where I can't really do that right now. I can't really go into that, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all might be like, well, why don't you do it? I tried at a time when I had less of these responsibilities and my background. I don't have no felonies, but working for the federal government, the background requirements are very strict. But I asked his brother, I said, you ain't got no felonies, right? He was like, no, I ain't got no felonies. I said, you ain't got no criminal record? He's like, no. I said, you good. And he was like, oh, you could see that he's not really taking to what I'm saying. He's concentrating on finding the next truck job. Bro, no matter what truck company you get, it's all the fucking same. No matter what truck company you go work for, it's all going to be the same. You're going to still be a truck driver. These truck companies are going to still treat you like shit. They're going to use you and abuse you. And when they can't use you, they're going to get rid of you. Because every day, there's a new motherfucker in truck school getting out right now, graduating. And they know that. Truck driving has the highest turnover rate. It has like a 99% fucking turnover rate. So that means that they coming in and coming out. They're coming in and they're coming out. People switching from one company to another company. And I'm trying to tell him, hey, bro, you need to take advantage of this shit. Trump is desperate right now to get people, and they removed the age requirement too. That lets you know how desperate they is. I think the age requirement before was like you couldn't be over 37. Now you can go in there, you can be any age, I think. They removed the requirement. So I'm telling this dude, like, but that's the mindset, bro. You know what I'm saying? People don't have no progression. You feel me? Man, my next steps, man, I'm plotting, man, but my next steps, I think is I'm planning, like, I don't know, man. Like I'm working on some things. I know you said I see Havoc and Electrician. Those are things I looked into. You know what I'm saying? But with my current situation and the responsibilities and having, you know, small children, it's kind of difficult for me right now to really, because you're gonna need time. You know what I mean? You know, you're gonna need to go and study. So I'm trying to use the things that I already have, which I have a degree, and I'm trying to like I'm taking like online courses and stuff like that, and getting certain certificates, looking more towards like, you know what I'm saying, technology and things like that. So I'm working on things, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on things, but I'm not gonna stay stagnant. I'm not gonna stay just stuck and just thinking that, oh well, you know, this is it. Like, nah, like every day, bro. Every day I got my I bring with me my laptop. I bring with me my notepads, and I'm studying. I'm on the internet. I'm looking at certain certificates that I could take. I'm doing my research. Like, I'm not one of these guys that just come in the truck and they just like, oh, I just got my phone. I'm just gonna look at social. Nah, like I'm always finding some time to do work on things outside of this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's all about progress, y'all. It's all about progress. That's good. You gotta progress. Can't end up being that set. Yeah, man, it's sad, bro. Like that was like, that brought pain in my heart. Like, this man, 70 years old, he fell off a damn truck and broke his rib and broke his arm. And he shouldn't have to be doing that. Like, the companies, like, that just show you how cold these companies are. They should have told this man, even if he wanted to drive, even if he say, oh, even if they, like, no, we can give you a training position. Maybe you can just train the new drivers that come in and show them how to back up and show them how, like, be an instructor. That's what they should have offered him. That they should not allow this man to be 70 plus still driving the truck. But these companies don't give a damn, bro. They wanna suck as much blood out of you until they can't. You know what I'm saying? They want to suck as much blood out of you until they can't no more, until they physically can't no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about you, bro. You gotta know that. None of them. You feel me? So with that being said, man, I gotta, you know, as y'all can see, I'm at work, but I gotta gets to this, man. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But y'all, man, like, share, and subscribe. I will holler at y'all later. Peace.